Hello and welcome to another episode of Clear Hair. Yes, I still have my tree up. We will be talking today. We're going to be talking about the natural hair do's and don'ts. So the first things first is I would have had long hair too if my mom didn't perm it. I feel like there's a lot of lies going on in the natural hair community. But let's give it up with a bang. First of all, I did not know Marley hair can curl with hot water. So just know this year I'm unstoppable. I'm gonna be doing every hairstyle, but seriously though, we're gonna go with the don'ts first, and then we're gonna go right into the do's. Number one don't, I will forever be a supporter of not going back to relaxer. I've shared with you guys before at my health journey, I had fibroids the size of quarters, and once I cut out dairy, red meat, and I don't know, relaxer, disappeared. Like my gyno was like, girl, what did you do? I was just like, once again, I don't know what else to say, but that's y'all choice. I don't judge y'all, but okay. Number one, we're gonna do no more straight backs with extensions. Okay. Before y'all sit here and tell me I'm being mean, I love this hairstyle. Like I feel like I have an example of she's so cute. I can't think of her name. You know her. She's adorable. But she rocks them so nicely. Like me personally, I don't wear them because the forehead, like I can't have everything, y'all. Okay, like I can't have the thick hair, long hair, and then like have like my forehead's so big. Like I feel like you gotta have a particular forehead to pull that look off. And my forehead start right here. It's not for me, but I can say what I've noticed that whenever I see somebody keep repeatedly doing the same hairstyle. Ryan Destiny. Sorry, my brain was looking in the files. Ryan Destiny, okay, but honestly, it's the tension. The reason why that hairstyle breaks your hair is because when you do the braid from the front, you're pulling back. Like even with this bun, which is the Marley hair extension, nothing's being pulled. I split it into two. Okay, this is two ponytails because my hair's so thick. I've made my peace with that. 2024, we are not lying anymore. So just pulling it back, like even with this bun, I make sure like every couple of days, because I'm only gonna keep this for 3 weeks, I make sure I move it. Like you see what I'm trying to say? Like I move it around because the tension is what breaks your hair. Your hair is continuously growing. Okay. So definitely the straight back braids with extensions, don't do it. Like I would opt for like maybe like a side, like maybe like I think of like maybe going like at an angle, you know, but I definitely wouldn't recommend just straight backs. The second one is tight wigs. My issue is just that like I can literally, when I look at certain wigs, I'm just like, how come I don't wear that wig no more? And then I still noticed that my hairline was slowly going behind. Sorry, that's the dishwasher. I realized that my hairline was slowly going behind my ears. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, it's just at the point where I made my peace. Like, is the style worth the damage? And some of you are gonna say yes and no, it's not. But is the style worth the damage? That's definitely a question you need to ask yourself. I also have wash and nose. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on business. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. Stop doing wash and goes, especially if your hair, even type 3, I wouldn't recommend it. I know some people are just like, oh well, you know, like my hair is looser. I just think it's controlled chaos. I don't care how you dress it up. It's kind of like when people were saying, oh, a roach, that's not a roach, that's a palmetto bug. I don't care if you use his government name. Okay, Ricurus cockroachicus, it's a roach. Okay, so same thing with wash and go. Oh, you know, I just put conditioner. It's damage. It's kind of like when people say they're heat training their hair. I didn't put that in the list because I thought it was pretty obvious. There's no such thing as heat training your hair. Like your hair, I think of the hair, go back to your baby pictures after the placenta perm wore off. Go back to your baby pictures. That's the hair texture you're supposed to have. Anything else, you're trying to force your hair into that type. So wash and goes, I just feel like wash and goes is just the attempt for type 4 to look like type 3. It's not type 3, it's type 4. Okay, tight buns and ponytails. Like I said, like every couple of days, look at my forehead. Every couple of days, I'll loosen up. I'll put some oils and I'll loosen up. I spray water on my hair every day in the morning. Like that's like a routine for me. Definitely for sure. Make that a habit. Do not have your bun. Cause I know us, especially us corporate girlies, we have a tendency, we'll do a slick bun and that's all we'll do. And that's the end of the bun. That's the end of the bun. We're like, we'll do a slick bun and like, that's the end of the bun. Like we don't do anything else after that. And I really feel like that's so damaging. Ponytails too. Ponytails is just a loose bun. Like it's still gonna give you damage. I also put lace front. I think I put lace front on here. I just put lace front. Lace front, once again, that's another thing too. There's that friction. That friction is also causing you a lot of damage. You want to make sure that you're at least moisturizing your hair. And then when it's lace front under there, do not be like you're sending your hair to daycare. You just don't think about it for the day. Still take that time to take care of it. Another thing too that another natural hair practice I don't want you guys to do is stop judging people, which I can make a whole separate video about this, but stop judging people because you were at that point at one point. Like I've seen people who had TWAs, like in certain natural hair groups that I'm in. I've seen people who have TWAs and other people just like, oh my God, girl, you're still using Cantu, or oh my God, you're using this. I was like, at the end of the day, if there's love said with something, it's going to be more receptive compared to if you come in and you come with judgment. Judgment's not going to get you anywhere. Judgment's going to get your message get lost in translation. So definitely for sure, those don'ts, if you can disagree or agree with me, I just want you guys to know that these are my opinions. You don't have to follow them, but in my opinion, I feel like they're pretty good. They're pretty good ones, especially the lace front. Like I feel like the lace front's also a sneaker. Like people always think like, oh my God, my hair is a protective style under there. I was like, it's slowly eroding your hairline. Okay. I like to do the ponytail braid test to see like, where's your hairline at truly. Okay. So we're going to go into the do's. Let's make it positive. We're going to go into the do's. So the do's is do more protective styles. Like, I feel like my hair's gotten thicker. I know. I was like, dang, like, I didn't know my hair could get that thick, but I feel like my hair's gotten really thick. And this last year, a lot of y'all know that I was working fully from home, and then, I got a different opportunity. And now it's like, I don't have as much time to sit there and like, sit down and film, of course, when I'm not clocked in. But I don't have as much time to sit down and film. So I am like in the office now. So I don't have time to like refresh my hairstyle and do all that mess. In conclusion, ain't nobody got time for that. Like I literally need to make so many protective styles. It's not only for content, but I don't have time for that. If it's month end, y'all know I'm an accountant. If it's month end, I don't got time to be doing a little twisty twist in the morning. I need to be able to stick it in a bun and go out the door. Like, especially since tax season's coming up, like I don't got time for that. So definitely more protective hairstyles, but definitely for sure more productive hairstyles. Cause y'all will sit there. I noticed that the leave out is coming back, which I get. Cause like I said, as long as the lace front is giving George Washington, like it's not giving Lucius Malfoy what lace, but like it's starting to give Judge Washington a little bit. So I get people's aspect in not wanting to wear a lace front, and I get it. And I want the leave out the natural look. Like this looks like if someone was walking off the street, they wouldn't think I have extensions in. This is not my hair. Okay. So I really like the fact that we're going back to basics. Like I think I'm also going back to basics as well. As in like, I want to go back to simple hairstyles. Like I feel like we got lost somewhere. I don't know when did we get lost, but we're really doing the most and y'all know it. Oops, I almost moved my reflector, but I was like, we really doing the most and y'all know it. But I really think we should need to go back to basics. I also have don't be afraid of heat. I was very much that person. And I said I was moving my reflector and it moved. But I would also say like don't be afraid of heat. Like I feel like there was a lot of fear. I feel like there's a lot of fear, especially embedded in us. Like don't do heat. Don't do heat. Don't get your hair. Your hair will burn and you'll shrivel up like a husk and pass away. Like I feel like there was like a lot of that, a lot of fear mongering, especially with the natural hair community. Cause like I said, like our community is very small, but very big at the same time. So when a bad message or ill information gets spread, it gets spread fast because y'all had me being afraid of Gorilla Snot glue. Gorilla Snot jelly. I had me being afraid of that for no reason, and it wasn't even that serious. But I feel like misinformation gets spread pretty quickly. So I would definitely say do your research, but don't be afraid of heat. Like, I want to say in the future, not this year, but I want to say in the future, I want to visit, maybe possibly not doing a silk press, but like probably like stretching my hair out more often. Because like I said, I was afraid of heat, I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, more experimental. Now, I know a lot of y'all are just like, I'm the queen of experimental. I'm like a chameleon. Like, Mystique ain't got nothing on me. I stay changing my look up. I don't know, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Is it blonde? Is it red? Is it green? Ooh, like I don't know what I'm gonna do either. Okay, like sometimes I surprise myself, but I don't know. Like, this hairstyle was an accident. Like, I was doing the bun, and then one piece fell out, and I was just like, oh my god, I have to find somebody to stick that back in. And I was like, oh wait a minute, what if I curl this? And then that was kind of like how the hairstyle came to be. So it was an accident. So that's what I say, be experimental. Like, I feel like this is the time to be experimental. Not saying like once you old and stuff, you should stop being experimental, but I don't want to go to, my final resting place, not to get dark, but I don't want to go to my final resting place knowing that I didn't try A, B, and C, or I didn't try this hairstyle. Like, it's supposed to be fun. Y'all not making it fun anymore. I don't know what y'all did, but it's not as fun as it's supposed to be. I don't know what y'all did to it, but it's not as fun. But yeah, definitely, like, I want it to be fun again. And I don't know, like, definitely try different stuff, be experimental. Also, number 4 is, this is actually part of my New Year's resolution, is be honest with yourself. Like, some of y'all be lying. Like, I feel there's a lot of lying going around. There's a lot of lying going around, but maybe as a gift to me, I can get me a chair to sit on, because baby, I'm sitting on my leg right now. But definitely for sure, like, a lot of lying is going around. Like, a lot of y'all are lying. If you know your hair texture, don't do that. Or if you know your hair texture doesn't do that, or like if you know your hair texture doesn't like lace fronts or all these other things, like, stop lying about it. Like, I think one of the irritations to me is just that a lot of people, I see them just give up. And I was like, yo, don't give up. This is the hair that's out of your head. Like, I know I can't talk because I have loose texture privilege, but this is your hair. Like, this is something you were born with. Like, it's kind of like me. Like, I used to really hate my eye shape, and people come like, that's cap. No, I'm serious. I used to really hate my eye shape because, like I said, like, even though I have 4 siblings, I'm the only one with this eye shape. I have my dad and my fraternal grandmother's eyes, and I hated it because no eyelashes fit, no makeup artist wants to do my face. Like, literally, I had a makeup artist that was just like, I'm not going in there. She's talking about my crease. So, like, they're like, I'm not going in there. There's no lid. There's nothing to put anything on, but I started looking at stuff that works for me, and now I'm just like, oh my god, like, my eye is so unique. I don't know anybody who has this eye shape, So it's just, I want y'all to be more honest about what does your hair do well. Like, some of y'all hair really slicks really nice, or some of y'all hair really was really full and thick. Like, look at what's good for what on your hair is unique, and then see what works for it. Like me, I know coconut products don't work for my hair at all. So I think you got to figure out, but you have to sit there and do the work, because y'all don't want to be doing the work. So get out my face with that. I also have, the final one is recognize and assess damages after each productive hairstyle. So think of it like you just got into an accident, right? Hopefully not. You just got into an accident, right? You go out to your car, you see if there's any scratches or anything, and then you assess the damages so you can get it fixed. Do the same thing with your hair, because I remember, I could even name it. There's a wig called Perm Romance from divatress.com, and it's a beautiful wig. They did their thing. It's really cute, but it took my hairline. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I am a victim. Oops, I almost fell. I did fall, but it definitely took my hairline, and I wish I would have noticed that it was slowly eroding away so I can fix it faster. But my problem that I've noticed is that people will wait till like it's like their hairline is pretty much gone. Then they're just like, oh, maybe we should fix it now. It's like, no, this is not the time to go to the doctor. The time to go to the doctor is when you start noticing that it's like it's not as full, or when you try to do a slick back, or you try to do something like there's nothing to slick back. Like, you're waiting too long to assess the damages. So you guys let me know below any comments or any suggestions that you have about do's and don'ts for 2024. Let's have a good year.